That's maybe a record and yeah, record. Okay. So last time we had this problem about create a program that is going to read information of student, first name, last name, course code, and if the student is employed by the university, your program must request for the salary the student is getting from the university. Otherwise, don't request the salary. So usisa no banele ngicela benze program, but I'm not sure baphelele. Sisa niphelele phi ngayo? Nathi naweni.
Mna ndiyenzile ne.
Yeah.
Yo. Ndiyenzile nantsika. I-main tonton yam I compile then enye compile and andiyazi phi ingxaki. Because yeah, but andiyenzanga yonke. I think intonton ntona student i-course code andinayongo. Izinto andinazo. Then ke ngoku kwinto ezilapha public class student, then ndibe string esi-private, i-first name, then string si-private, last name. Phofu zonke iintontoni zam andazi ii-objects.
Yeah.
Yeah, zonke ezi-private, then ndine-name, ndino-last name, bene-student number, then ibe yilaa nto ibuza uba is employed, qha ke ndithe employed ke mna ke. Then ndibe ne-salary, then ke i-student number ngo-int, i-salary ibe ngu-double, then ezinye ngo-string. Then ndibe ne-get and set functions zam for ezi ntontoni. And iyacompile xa sele ndisiya phaa ku-command ntontoni. Then kube khona i-student app. Hayi ke sana. Hayi, ndiyazi.
Yeah, kusabheda ne.
Ewe kuhle. Ndibheda kakhulu.
Okay. So this is the program. So nazi private string, private int. Manje masivele siqale siyiditshe kabutsha le ndawo leyo app ntontoni. Icode ndiyisenda egrupini as a memo. Okay, masithi open folder. So let's create an employee class. Let's just create an employee class that is going employee. And that's when yes, let me see what the fuck. This window reopen. Serious to was vala. Masiyobhala pha ku notepad but iyandigulela manje. Okay, then it's employee. Then you say new. Then you say text file. And there's that. Let's delete that. I don't know what it is. Then what are we going to do? We're going to create a program the program that is going to print, or let's just go to yeah, let's create an employee class to print a first name and last name. Okay, first print a full name, the salary. So that's super quick. Yes. So firstly, we are going to have a employee class as usual, and then it's public. Class A to be public, always class A to public class. Then it is a name of a class, employee. Then creator of variables, private. Then your full name. I'm going to say first name, then set a private, last name. Then now I have to create another variable, which is a private employee number. So say ID. Let's just say ID. Forgot it that I typed the string. Last name, string, last name, and then now say int ID. But it can be simple. Let's define our program. Problem description. Okay. Yes, I found you. So a problem, right? Program that is going print first name, its last name, and the ID of an employee. So now we have created our containers, which are variables, which is first name and last name and ID. So now what we need to do is to these variables, since they are, let me close this. Since these variables are private, you can't access them outside the class. So in order for us to access them, we have to create the variables which are create the methods which are public, methods that can be able to manipulate these variables that are private. Remember, we have to be able to import the data in that variable. At the same time, we have to be able to output that data inside that variable. So in order to do that, we have to use the set functions and the get functions. So if void set first name, then it's a string parameter, it's a string, then it's a first name. Then this one is public. This function or this method has to be public void. Then we say this dot first name is equal to first name. Then now we have to create another method or other methods or set methods like set last name, set ID. So set ID. So this one is set paste. I'm just gonna copy and paste that. So now this one is set last name. So I'm just gonna remove these two words, last name. Then this one is last name. Yes, this one is set last name. Then string, let's just say last name. And then this one also have to change this one to last name. Then you change that to last name as well. Last name, even you guy, your last name equal to last. Oh, okay, yes. Last name, set last name, string last name, publics. So this one it's set ID. It's set ID. Then here I'll just write ID, and then here have to say int, and then this one set last name. So this one is first name. So this one it's ID equals to ID. And then what next? So we have, yes, and then we have to set up. So you know what's gonna happen. So whenever we want to import a data inside this variable, if we want to insert Omahle or Osesa inside this variable, which is first name, we have to first insert it in this method, and then from this method it's going to come on this variable. So this is why we are including a set methods, because since this set method is public, it's able to insert our first name inside this variable, because this variable it's private, and this set methods and those private variables are inside the same class. So that is why this set method is able to take our data and insert it into this first name. Then now let's move on to get methods. Get methods are the one we're actually going to retrieve that data that we stored inside this variable. So get methods get methods are going to retrieve whatever data that we've stored inside this variable, and then print it on the screen or on the console. Yes, and then now let's declare our methods public string get. It's get first name. And what else? Get first name, and we say return first name. And after this we have public, then it's string again, then it's get last name, gets last name, no, return the last name, return last name. Then after this, so we have return first name, return. So we have to create another get method, which is a get ID public, and get ID, and then say return ID. Say return ID, and then we set methods and the get methods. So that means we are now able to insert the data on the variables that are private. But then now we still need to create an application. So this is just a simple class. So this is just a simple class. We still need to be able to create an application. So the application is determined by having a method which is called a main method. You see. So if a class does not, it's not having a method which is main method, it's not considered that class. The class that has a main method is called an application. A class that has not a main function, that class is not going to be able to run or to execute. So let's add another class. Save. Oh, banana. Not using my previous. I forgot. So let's do this. Yes. Let's say new text file. So this is the one which is going to be an application, public class, and then say employee app, the app. So after this, we create that public static main. It's that arguments. And we'll put some. Then right now we have to declare our class, which is you have to create an object for the class employee. Or object, the new employee in a default constructor. So now we have to insert data on our class, which is on our. So we want to insert this guy, which is the first name. We want to insert data on this variable, which is first name. So what are we going to do? We're going to use our object for the class, which is employee dot set first name, and say that I am then our first name is is, and then we can say object again to set to again. So we're storing all the first name on this variable, which is first name. So our first name is going to enter here, as you can see. It's entering there. And then when it gets inside that variable, it's going to be copied to the private variable, which is this one, and then it's going to be stored on that variable. And then now let's store the last name object dot set name First name is Yagama. Let's say object dot set ID. ID it's 21929. That's the employee ID. Then we have to, so after we have inserted the data inside these variables using the set functions, we have to output them. But we can't output these variables, the data inside or the values of these variables, because these variables are private. So in order for us to be able to access this, we have to use a get functions and the set functions. So let's do that. Let's do that. So we're going to do this. System.out print ln. On this part, we're going to say first name, then we put our string, and then we say object, using that object dot get first name. System.out.println first name. So object.get first name. So that means now, since these variables are private, since the first name it's private, so that means it's not accessible outside the class. So that means you can't access it directly, but you can access it indirectly using the method which is get first name. So this variable is public and it's on the same class as or first name. So that means this variable is able to access what's inside this function, this method. This method is able to access this variable's data. So now we're going to use this method to access the data of this variable. So now we're using uset to get first name to print out the data inside this variable. Guys, nikhona ne ngaba ndithethe ndodwa kusekwathule. Alright, that's good. Yes, let's proceed. So okay, do you guys understand so far? Do you guys understand so far? Do you guys understand so far? Yes. Yes, you can ask.
Lanto iti kwi-app ntontoni. Lanto iti import Java ntontoni scanner ingena xa kutheni.
Okay, that one, the import, which is import java.utility.scanner, that's the import. So by doing that, we're trying to import data so data from the user. So if we're not importing data from the users, that means we're not going to import that class which is scanner. Do you understand?
Okay,
yes. So that one is for the import. So whenever we want to import, we use that scanner class. It's a predefined class which is used to take user import in Java, and it's defined under the package which is java.utility. Yeah, even Yes, and e-classes are and in methods which are next int, next float, next double, next, then no next line, no next byte, no next short, no next long. Yes. But now we are not importing data. We are not importing data from the user. Data is not going to be entered by the user. So that is why we are not importing that class.
Okay.
Yes. So I wanted to show you both ways so that you can have the understanding of how, when to use that scanner, when to not use that scanner. That is why I showed you. The first time I showed you using that scanner, then last time I wanted to show the other way around so that you can be able to use it both ways. Yes. So now let's print again all system dot out. That's a comma system dot out dot print ln then its last name is, then it's plus, then it's object dot get last name, and yes. So this one now, we're trying to get the last name. So last name is, so again, our last name is private because of the abstraction. It falls under data hiding in abstraction. So since our last name is private, we can't access work's name directly. So in order for us to access the value of last name, so we know that this one it's a container. It's a container for whatever that we are trying to store in it. So last name is just a container for a last name. So in our case, uNyagama or uMagida. So in our case, uMagida, we stored uMagida inside this variable. Then now, if we want to print uMagida, we can't output, or we can't print uMagida using we can't print uMagida directly. We have to go the way around, because uMagida is private. Funeke sihambe way around. So we have to use the function which is get last name. Get last name is able to get into this variable directly because uMagida and the method which is get last name and the variable which is last name are inside the same class. Is that understood? Nyaiva. This is this is abstraction. Yes. Mali, come again. Yes. All right. Thank you. Yes. Yes. All right. So you see that Mahla. La Mahla uzongena pha ku first name. But la first name akazufika epa direct la ungena ku first name la class. Yabo. Uzothi xa ifika la class afika abone bo le container yami ndizongena kuyo enjani i-private, and so uMahla andisikwazi uvele sifake kula container because kula first name, because la first name unjani u-private. So in order for us basifake uMahla phaa kula container funeke sisebenzise ntoni? I-set function. Yayibona? Now uMahla sengenile ke ngoku phaa kula variable which is u-first name. Now sifuna ukumprint uMahla. So mprinta njani? Again, funeka sisebenzise ntoni? I-method engubani? Engu-get first name, because yona injani? I-public. Yayibona? Yes. And now let's say system dot out dot oh god dot out dot print ln. And okay, what do we, all right, out, then last name, then its ID, then now its ID is employee ID, ID, yes, yes, then plus object dot get ID. Yes. So now, before we go and compile, is there anyone who has something that he or she doesn't understand? Wait, let me show you both codes. Yes, this is a application, and then inside we have this one is a class, this one is an application. Let me save this first so that you can see it. Employee app dot yes, and then save you. This one, let's save this one as well. All files. Employee.java, I don't want that. Yes. Oh, employee app. So this one is closing. As it is. Yes. And all files. Yes. Yeah. Let's delete these unnecessary files. Yes. Now we're left with the main files. Yeah, guys, look at the code and tell me something that you don't understand. Tell me that there is something that you understand or there's something that you don't understand before we go and compile it. I'm gonna use a Visual Studio to compile it. So that I can save time. Also fix that. What's going on? Guys, so you understand, eh? I assume. Let's call and compile the code. Let's wait for it to activate those extensions. Visual Studio, it's slow than I think. Let's go using CMD. Time is running. Slower than I anticipated. But the computer is slow. So now it makes me to be slower. Fuck. Just close that completely. Empty. Yes. CD videos. Then dir. Then we're looking for CD Java project. Then we're looking for what's inside. Then we have CD, that project which is employee. Then let's check. Then we have Java C. Let's compile the file class. Let's compile the second class. Let's run the application. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put employee app. So we have an error: incompatible type string cannot be converted into int. So that's ID. Set ID. Let's go and check out the error there. We have set ID. Oh, that is our error. Save. Then let's try to check if it can be compiled again. Yes. Now let's run it. Java C employee app.java. Yes. First name is, last name is, employee ID. Yes. So guys, do you all andile? Oh, akusey andile. Usijoyinile futhi. Ngosesiphuma. So andile besinazi code, so sikubonise nje code besenza today. Uzibona nje. Uzibone nansi enye employee. But if video is being recorded. So this one, it's a class. This one is an app. So this one is responsible for executing this class. So this one is a driver. It controls everything about this class. So class, this file that does not have a main function, it's not executable. But this class has this main function, which makes it to be executable. So yes, so Andile, this is the class. I just wanted you to see it. Yes, this is the class. Yes, this one is an app. So this one is an app. It controls this one using the main method. You see. So ndifaka umahle apha. Then from here uzokopeshela ku-private data. From private data uzohlala kule container. Yebo. Then now apha ndiprint umahle using this. Yebo. So this guy will get first name. also return this private variable, which is this one. Look at this function or this method, it's public. So that means I'm able to print using it on this side. So this, guys, this was the lesson for the day. I hope nonke nibambile nivile ne. Mali sisa siyavala ngoku nibe grandmas sisa sele wena ngoku. Yes, okay. I'm leaving the meeting now. We'll see each other ngomso if it's possible. Yes.
Kaloku kukhona le businika yona if and else.
Yes, kufuna uyibona naye.
Because wow.
Convert ibe yi-PDF utsho uyibone. Just mandivule nawe sesiyibone. Okay. Andifuna uve ndiyiconvert ibe yi-PDF, ndizoyiconverta ndiyisendela phaa egrupini. Open folder. Student. So this was the class of a student on a first name, last name, a student name, and a course code. No, is employed. Then spend a method to set first name, set last name, set student number, set course code. Then spend get, which is get last name, get it or no get set student get course code. Yes, then sakriba. Then says a oh, that's the class. I want this one. Yes. So this one is the actual application. Is the actual application. So this one, we've declared. So this one, since we're using import from the user, we've imported that class which is scan from the Java library, and then we have created the main method. And then after I've created the main method, we have declared this variable or this object which is read, so that we can read input using those methods for reading input. And now this, we have created this object inside try method, which is this one is a try method, and then inside the body of the try method, it's whereby we're doing our input. So we're reading our input. Now, okay, let's this one is very slow. Opening Java project. This one is very slow. PC. Yes. So now, look at this one. So when I get to this stage, I've declared the variable which is salary, and then I made it to be public. You see, and then I said if this employee is equal to yes, system.out print enter salary, and then after that you have to read that salary. Yes, and then that means nothing is going to happen after that if I enter salary. So this one, it's only going to be executed if if a employee lingana no yes. So up look at the statement where I'm asking employee if is it employed or not. So this is the statement. So are you employed? That yes or no. Use lowercase letters. So if it's offer yes, so that means it's whereby a statement to be executed. Then else otherwise as a statement has to be executed. So that means we are not going to ask for a salary, and also we are not going to read on a salary. I hope you understand. Yeah, even Asisa. Yes, yes. But they can't find a subgrouping so that neighbor. So guys, until next time, have another meeting. So let's see each other ngomso, okay? I'm not sure. So now I'm leaving. Sure. Andile, asike uvuthetha bhuti ilizwi lakho.
Right.
Excellent.
Hayi ngomso da.
Excellent. Sure.
Talo.